Question number 1. List the different data types available in Python. In Python, there are 5 standard data types. They are listed below. Let's start with the answer. The first data type that we are going to discuss is Python numbers. This data type is used to store the numeric values. To number objects, a value is assigned to them. Python supports 4 different types of numerical types: integer, long, float, and complex. Now let's go for second data type, that is nothing but string. String are identified as adjoining set of characters represented in the quotation marks. Python allows pairs of single or double quotes. Now the third data type is list. List means items, they are separated by commas which are enclosed in square brackets. The fourth data type is tuple. Here the items are separated by commas like list and enclosed within parentheses. The last data type is dictionary. Dictionary consists of key value pairs which are enclosed in curly braces. So these are the standard data types available in Python. Question number 2 is state true or false. The question is tuple can be updated. The answer for the same is false. We know that tuple is nothing but standard data type available in Python, which is similar to list. But the difference between list and tuple is that list can be updated, but tuples cannot be updated. Remember this important point. We can update the list, but we cannot update tuples, and therefore tuples are also called as read-only list. So answer for this question is false because tuples cannot be updated. Question number 3. Which of the following is Python list? 3 options are given over here: A, B and C. Answer for the same is B, because if you observe this B option, then you can find the items are separated by comma and they are enclosed in square brackets. And we know that Python lists are always enclosed in square brackets, and therefore the answer for this question is option B. Question number 4. Write features of Python language. So let's start with the features. Python is dynamic, high level, free open source interpreted programming language. So it is a free open source, means it is easily available, freely available on the website, and we can download it free of cost. Interpreted means Python is processed at runtime by the interpreter. Compiling a program is not required before executing it. Second feature is Python supports GUI programming, graphical user interface programming support is provided by Python. Python is easy to debug. Python is portable language, it is extendable. Python has large standard library. It is an interpreted language and it is also interactive, means user can interact with interpreter directly while writing the programs on Python prompt. And one more feature is it is easy to code. These are the features of Python language. Python is very easy to understand, so it is known as beginner's language. Now the next question is write a note on Python variables. Python variable is a name given to a memory location. We can say that Python variables are the reserved memory locations to store the values. Python variables do not need any explicit declaration. The declaration automatically happens when a value to a variable is assigned. So there is no need to declare the variable. Declaration will happen automatically when the value will be assigned to the variable. The equal sign is used to assign values to variables. For example, num is equal to 50 and str string is Swati. Name of variable must always start with letter or underscore. These are the rules how we can give the names of variable. The first rule is it should always start with letter or underscore sign. Second rule is it cannot start with number. The third rule is it cannot have special characters like percentage, hash sign, etc. Variable name is case sensitive in Python. So this is about Python variables. Now let's discuss the next question. What is the use of while statement in Python and write its syntax? Python while loop is used to execute a block of statements repeatedly. Whenever you want to repeat the loop again, then we have to use while loop, which is nothing but a block of statements, and it is used to repeat the operation. It will repeat the operation until a given condition is satisfied. When the condition becomes false, the line immediately after the loop in the program is executed. If the condition will be false, then when whatever you have after the loop, that particular line will be executed. This is the example of while statement in Python. We have one variable count is equal to 0 and the condition given is count is less than 3. Count is equal to count plus 1, print hello Swati. So hello Swati, that will be printed 3 times because the condition given is count should be less than 3, and because of that it is printed 3 times. So remember this, while loop is used to execute a block of statements repeatedly until the given condition is satisfied. So here the count is less than 3 and therefore it is printed only 3 times. So let's go for next question. The question is 9 num is a valid variable. State true or false. The answer for this question will be false. So what is the reason behind it? Reason is it's not valid variable because name of the variable cannot start with a number. So we have already seen the rules which are used to define the names of variables, and in that rule, one of the rule was name of the variable cannot start with number. So here we have 9 num which is started with number 9, and therefore we can say that it's not valid variable, and therefore answer of this question is false. Now let's go for next question. What is the use of break statement in Python? In Python, break allows you to exit a loop when the external condition is met. Because of the execution of break statement, it will allow to exit a loop when some condition is met. This is the example given here. The example is for I in range 10. Print I, we have to print the I. If I is equal to 2, we have to break the loop. Okay, and therefore when I print the output, here I will get 0, 1, 1 and 2. When I becomes 2, it will exit a loop automatically. So this is the use of break statement in Python. Now the next question is, what is the difference in built-in function and user-defined functions in Python? The answer is, the built-in function is the function that is provided by Python, as the name given, built in, and therefore we can say that it is provided or it is available in Python, and it is available for use without the need of defining it. We can directly use it. But when we are talking about user defined function, it is a function that is created by the programmer to perform some specific task, and the programmer has to define the function's name, parameters and operations which will be performed by that particular function. So user defined function, that function should be created by programmer only. And in Python, function block will begin with keyword def followed by function name and parenthesis. Any input parameter can be put in this parenthesis. We know that in Python many built-in functions are available, but user defined functions we can create as a own function, and that particular function can perform a specific task. So let's go for next question. What is the use of input function in Python? Input function is basically used to take input from the user. Whatever you enter as an input, the input function will convert it into a string. Let's go for example. Name is equal to input. Input function is used here. Input, enter your name, and we are going to print hello comma name. Whatever you are going to enter as a name, it will be printed. So input function is used to take input from the user. Question number 11. What is the use of calendar module? Python defines inbuilt module, that is calendar module, which handles operations related to calendar. The calendar module allows us to output calendars like the program and provides additional useful functions related to the calendar. Whenever you are going to use the calendar module, you need to write this statement, that is import calendar, so that we can import the calendar module in the Python script. Now let's go for next question. Question number 12 is, what do you mean by import statement? We are going to use the import statement whenever we are going to include the external modules in the Python script. So import statement is inbuilt function that allows you to include the external modules in your Python program. For example, import math is one of the example. Math module is imported over here. Import time module is imported like that. Previously we have seen we can use import calendar when we will be using calendar. So by using import statement, we can include the external modules in the Python script. Next question is, what is the use of time function? Time function is basically used to handle time related tasks. The time function returns the number of seconds passed since each epoch. Epoch is nothing but point where time begins. So basically time function is used to handle time related tasks, and the time function returns the number of seconds passed since each epoch. So whenever you want to use time function, you have to write the statement import time so that we can include time module in the Python program. Next question is, what is the use of function time.strftime function? So this is the answer. The strftime function, it stands for actually string format time. It is a part of Python's datetime module. This function is used to convert date and time objects into strings. So it is allowed to you present them in more human readable format. So date and time objects we can convert into string by using this time.strf time function. strf stands for string format time. Next question is, what is the use of empty list? We have already seen the Python list, that is data type, standard data type of Python. So there is one concept associated with it, that is nothing but empty list. So we can create empty list in Python using either square brackets or the list function. So empty list can be used as a placeholder for data that will be added later, or to represent the lack of data. So let me repeat the use of empty list. It is used as place or holder for data that will be added later, or to represent the lack of data. So here the example given of empty list, A is equal to, only square brackets are written over here. So that is nothing but empty list, or the another way to write empty list is list followed by parenthesis. So this is how we can write the empty list in the Python script. Now let's go for question number 16. What do you mean by Numpy? So Numpy is the Python library which is used for working with arrays, and it can be installed for Mac and Linux users via the following pip command. The command is pip install numpy. So whenever you are working with arrays, you may need this numpy Python library, which we can install by using pip install numpy. Now the next question is, what is the difference in lists and tuples? List and tuple, these are the standard data types of Python. The first difference is list can be updated and tuples cannot be updated. We know that tuples and list are nothing but the different items are separated by commas, but list can be updated. We can't update the tuples. The second difference is in list the items separated by commas are enclosed in square brackets, and in tuple items separated by commas are included in parentheses. So these are the two major differences between list and tuple. The next is question number 18. Explain the function eval string. The Python eval is a built-in function which allows us to evaluate Python expression as a string and return the value as an integer. So it is a built-in function of Python that allows you to evaluate Python expression as a string. str stands for string, and return the value as an integer. So let's discuss the different types of operators used in Python as a next question. The first type of operator is arithmetic operator, which is used to perform addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulus operation. These are the arithmetic operations. Next operator is relational operator, which is also called as comparison operator. The signs that we are using, equal to, not equal to, range, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, or less than equal to. The next operator is logical operator, logical and, logical or, logical not. For these operations we use logical operators. Next is bitwise operators. In order to perform the bitwise operations, we use binary AND, binary OR, binary XOR, binary ones complement, binary left shift, binary right shift, etc. The last operator is assignment operator. Add and, subtract and, multiply and, divide and, modulus and, exponent and. For these operations we use assignment operators. So these are the different types of operators in Python. The next question is, write a note on statement elif. Elif basically stands for else if. El stands for else, and therefore it is called as else if, and it is used in Python code to test multiple conditions. It is written following an if statement in Python to check an alternative condition if the first condition is false. If the first condition will be false, it will go to check for the next condition which will be available. The code block under elif statement will be executed only if its condition is true. So this is the example here. If condition 1 is true, then statement to execute if condition 1 is true. If condition 1 is true, then only statement will be executed. If condition is false, then it will check for the next condition, that is condition number 2. Here we are using else if loop, and if the condition 2 is true, then it will execute the next statement. Otherwise else we can write statement to execute if both conditions are false. If no condition is false from condition number 1 and 2, then it will execute the block of statement after else loop. That means it will execute the statement if both conditions are false. So this is the use of elif statement, that is else if statement in Python programming. Now question number 21. What is the use of range function in Python? Range function returns a sequence of numbers in a given range. It will return sequence of numbers in a given range. The most common use of it is to iterate sequences on a sequence of numbers using Python loops. So let's go for example of the same. Here for I in range given is 5, and we are going to print I. See, output that we are getting is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 because the range given is 5, and we can say that it returns sequence of numbers in a given range. Next question. Question number 22 is what is the use of round function in Python? Round function in Python rounds a number to a specific decimal place and it returns a floating point number rounded as per our specifications. So one of the important function, that is round function, it will round the number to a specific decimal place and it will return a floating point number rounded as per our specifications. It takes following arguments, any number and the number of decimal places, which is optional. The number of decimal places is set to 0 by default. So the round function returns the nearest integer to the number passed if the number is the only argument passed. Question number 23. Write a note on Python dictionary. We know that Python dictionary is data type in Python. It consists of key value pairs, and keys are usually numbers or strings. Dictionaries are always enclosed in curly braces. Example is dict is equal to, this is the example given where we can observe key and value pairs, and these key value pairs will be printed. It is enclosed in curly braces. Key and values, they are separated by colon. If you observe the example 1, colon is given after that, so between key and value there is a colon. Now the next question is what is list append? See, this Python list append method, it is used to add elements at the end of the list. It is the function associated with list which is used to add elements at the end of the list. For example, list is equal to, the some items are given 2, 5, 6, 7 which are separated by comma. The method function given is list dot append 8. So at the end of list we are going to add the element 8. When I print the list, I will get the output like this: 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Means what? 8 is added at the end of the list. 8 is the new element we have added at the end of the list. Now the last question of discussion is what is the use of Python max and minimum function? So max and min function. Max function is used to locate largest item in Python. Mean function is used to locate smallest item in Python. This is the example given for max function. Variable 1 is equal to 4, variable 2 is equal to 8, and variable 3 is equal to 2. So here we are using the max function, and max function is used to locate the largest item in Python. So answer will be 8, as 8 is the largest item in the, it will print the maximum value, so it will print the number 8. So this is the example of max function. Similarly, we can say that mean function is used to locate smallest item in Python. So with this, we have completed the important 25 questions on basics of Python language. Thank you.